Hello and welcome to Safe Schools. I'm Curtis Graves.
And I'm Andy Howard.
Andy, another great show that I know we're going to have today. We're going to have special guests with the health department talking about some really important issues that have been really important issues for a long time.
Oh yes, I think it's going to be a really important conversation that we need to have, and I'm glad we're having a chance to do it today. I look forward to it. I think we'll have a good dialogue and share some positive and important information that our public needs to know.
We'll get started in a few moments. We'll be right back.
To be in the AP program, it not only offers you great opportunities in the classroom, but also outside. Like being a member of the AP program, I can come into college already being a sophomore in college, so I can completely skip 1 year just by completing all my AP credits and by taking the classes and passing the exams. I would recommend other students to take AP classes because being a member of the program offers so many benefits and helps you decide what you want to do in the future and where you want to go with your life.
In Mobile County Public Schools, we are redefining ready. We are graduating college ready, career ready, and life ready. We are more than just a test score. We are earning college credit while in high school. We are working internships to get real-world experience. We are welders. We are certified nursing assistants. We are redefining ready.
It's a fact. Bullying happens. Bullying can lead to serious physical and emotional pain, but there are some things you can do to prevent or stop it. Stand up for the person who's being bullied. Let the bully know that it's not cool to pick on others. Take action by reporting the bully to a teacher or principal. In the end, when you help someone who's being bullied, you're also helping yourself.
Welcome back. We are sitting with Harold Jones. Harold is with the Mobile County Health Department. Welcome, Harold, to the show.
I'm glad to be here. Thank you for inviting me and having me out today.
Thank you for coming, Harold. I'm always excited about having one of our own. Harold, you're a Viger High School alumni, so you were a product of this public schools district and out trying to make a difference in the world. Working for the health department, what is your title and what do you do for the health department?
Well, I'm the tobacco coordinator for the Mobile County Health Department. My job entails coordinating what we call the SWAT team, Students Working Against Tobacco, which is a product of the Community Prevention and Wellness Program, part of the Mobile County Health Department.
So the health department has a lot of programs, but this particular one is focused on tobacco, which is a big issue, a large concern. What do the SWAT team members do?
The SWAT team,
and also, I mean, who are they comprised of? Let me back to that. Who's the SWAT team person?
The SWAT team is comprised of 4 area high schools, local high schools. We have Alma Bryant High School, Viger High School, Murphy High School, and Mary G. Montgomery High School. We have high school students that are selected by sponsors, school sponsors, to serve as peer educators, tobacco educators within 4th to 8th grade within the school system.
Okay.
Harold, how important is tobacco awareness? I mean, obviously it's important enough for the health department to be doing it in the schools, for the schools to collaborate with the health department to do it. But from your vantage point, how important is it?
Is very important. It is one of the major issues. Actually, tobacco is the leading cause of preventable death, diseases, and disabilities in the United States today. We have 90% of tobacco users start before age or by age 18, 96 by age 26. So to me, that's that focus on when we talk about the elementary to high school students, you have 90% starting within that range. So this is it's very vital to try to get the message out of prevention and awareness as soon as possible to really think about how to save the next generation.
Has the culture changed? I remember going to people's homes with ashtrays, cars with ashtrays and cigarette lighters in cars. Has the culture changed?
I would say it has changed. Part of the changes is positive because of the efforts of like organizations like SWAT. We have traditional, I guess you say, use down, but now we're seeing things like the Juul, the e-cigarettes, the vaping going on, and there's very little, the way that it's put out, I think it really does not do tell the truth to our youth. And that's where SWAT, Students Working Against Tobacco, come in to really educate them on what they're not really being told, how the young people are targeted by big tobacco companies by way of point of sales, the density of the stores selling tobacco products within the community, and just the overall advertising and marketing of the products. Tobacco is a multi-billion-dollar business for the companies, but on the other hand, it is costing the state of Alabama billions each year. We had like 5.6 billion in total costs when you talk about productivity loss, be it that tobacco affects health. It's not a area in the body that it doesn't affect. So tobacco tend to play a major part of healthcare costs in the state of Alabama, which in turns we suffer as a state because of it.
You know, to your point also, and to Andy's point earlier, I think we've made good strides in educating people as it relates to the hazards of tobacco use. But as it stands now, where are we with getting people to understand that all the variations of tobacco use now, that it's still just as dangerous as it was before?
It's the messaging is marketed different. And so because it's marketed different, the message of trying to educate is not out there like it used to be. The tobacco companies now target and have mold and shape their product to look like candy products. And so a lot of young people, the message, if it's not by going into schools and really taking a hard look at promoting tobacco awareness, our youth, they think it's just one of the new trends. Like they have the Juul now that doesn't even look like a traditional vape, but it looks almost like a USB that, a jump drive that plugs into your USB. You can actually plug it into your laptop, charge it, things of that nature. They're making these products where young people can use them pretty much almost in front of their parents, and the parents don't even know what's going on. There was one mother called her child after finding the Juul and saying, well, what is this here? You left something on top of, the counter. And the child told her, well, that's my jump drive. Just leave it on the washer. I'll get it when I get home. And the mother was not aware that this was actually a vape machine.
So there's another element, not only educating the young folks, but educating their parents as to what they need to be aware of. I mean, it's no longer the Marlboro Man.
No, not at all. And I'm glad you said the parents, yes, need to be educated, because education really starts with them making their young people aware. But the sad thing that we see, though, when you say parents, as going with the students in the school system, the SWAT students, a lot of the elementary students' concern is, how do I talk to my parents about what I'm hearing in class? How do I talk to them and get the message to my parents? Because we have a lot of students. You have over 289,000 students in the state of Alabama still exposed to secondhand smoke within the home.
And with that being said, we're going to take a quick commercial break and we're going to jump right back into that conversation. We'll be right back.
Hello, my name is Kyla Brown and I am redefining ready. I'm taking AP and dual enrollment courses that will help me earn college credits while in high school. I am studying dental science that will assist me in my career choice of becoming a dentist. I am a Student Government Association representative and actively involved in other activities around my school and community. And this is how I am redefining ready.
It's a fact. Bullying happens. Bullying can lead to serious physical and emotional pain, but there are some things you can do to prevent or stop it. Stand up for the person who's being bullied. Let the bully know that it's not cool to pick on others. Take action by reporting the bully to a teacher or principal. In the end, when you help someone who's being bullied, you're also helping yourself.
And we're back. Harold, a lot of fascinating stuff we're talking about as it relates to tobacco use and the hazards attached to it. And, you know, we talked about how far we've come in educating people about tobacco use, but we've also failed. We also are talking about how tobacco companies are tailoring their marketing efforts to meet the demand or to create a demand out of our young people. But where are we in educating parents on trying to deter their children from smoking?
Well, one of the efforts right now, especially in the Mobile area, is that there's a move throughout the housing, well, I say Mobile area, but it's nationwide. You know, HUD is saying that in low development homes, they have to become smoke-free. So moving in the realm of educating those that are living in those areas about it and offering cessation classes to the low-income homes, that is a start. Also just really partnering with through PTA, PTO, that's within the schools, we're able to come out, not just deal with the youth, but deal with the adults, go through churches or any other organizations that's willing to allow the information to come in and be shared with their congregation.
Well, what do you say to a person who lives in public housing, for example, who's told now that they can't smoke in their on the property? How's the response, or have you dealt with a response from someone who you've educated on those requirements now, or those mandates that HUD is now placing on residents?
Well, the first thing is to help them understand how, taking a look back, how they even actually got involved. Again, the same tactic was a little different tactic, but they were targeted as young people when they first started. Most of the adults that I deal with, they started at a young age. I hear everything from, I recently had an adult told me that she started at 8 years old. Wow. So everything from back in the days, going lighting a cigarette and bringing it to mom and things of that nature. So that got a generation caught up. So a start is helping them understand the effects of tobacco so that they can see that if you can find one positive thing about this product, let me know. Because there is no positiveness in this product, a use of this product whatsoever. So once they can understand that there's nothing positive about the use of any type of tobacco product, then moving in, offering cessation classes specifically designed for that individual to help them understand things like their triggers, that what trigger you to smoke. Is it social? Is it emotional? When people are looking for comfort, they turn to different things. And there are times that people, smoking for some people it started within the home and what they saw. Others, it may have started with peer pressure. Some, there are triggers that pull it in because of where they are emotional. But when it's all said and done, this is a product that kills over 480,000 people a year. And so it's nothing safe about it or healthy about it.
Are you seeing increases in other forms of tobacco other than just a basic cigarette? Baseball players have traditionally used chewing tobacco, right?
Well, the uniqueness, we based on location. Inner city, you find that you don't have a lot, believe it or not, of the, when I say inner city, in the low-income areas, you find less of the vapes being sold. But, so it's a kind of demographic thing.
Depending on what part of town you might be in.
Exactly.
It might be chewing tobacco, it might be vaping, it might be smoking regular cigarettes.
Exactly.
And your goal is not, we're talking about low income, we're not stereotyping people, but we're trying to get an understanding on who's using what products and what educational pieces need to be placed in those environments to deter people from using things that ultimately reduce their years of life, right?
Exactly, but I only use that term because of how the tobacco company has used that term, saying that this is our target market. And so this comes from the big tobacco company who has specifically stated, this product, we're looking for the poor, the young, and believe it or not, quoted, stupid, is what they've said.
Wow.
And yes, wow. And a lot of the young people, when they hear that, they're very offended, and they should be offended that someone produces a product targeting you with looking at you from this perception. And again, this is
a negative perception of you and a negative intent for you.
Exactly.
So, that being said, your SWAT team members, they're focused on providing education to their peers, peer-to-peer training.
They're going to the schools, they're providing tobacco education, information about the health risk of tobacco products, also serving as advocates, a voice for their peers, by way of working with coalitions to try to get the laws changed, taking a look at like what is already known, the high density areas where more tobacco is pumped in certain communities. And also, just all around making it, showing them and making them aware of the tactics that the tobacco companies use to try to draw them in. Everything from going, like you say, it's not the Marlboro Man anymore. Nowadays, tobacco products contain, it's hard to find one that doesn't contain some type of sweetness or play on words, Switzer sweet. And they can say that because they've taken time to put the sweet flavor in there to target the youth. Chocolate, strawberry, grape.
Chocolate, strawberry, and grape tobacco products.
Exactly. These are things that young people are familiar with. A parent will give a child grapes as a fruit. So they're familiar with that name. They're familiar with that taste. So to them, this is an okay thing. Grapes, strawberries, things of that nature. One of the things in the PowerPoint presentation that the SWAT students do is it come out, there's a little segment where the young people are not, show that they're not familiar with the products and the way they're presented.
And with that being said, we're going to take a quick commercial break. And we're going to dive in a few other issues relative to the topic. Be right back.
We've established a culture of innovation here at Mary B. Austin. We've made it our goal to disrupt the status quo of traditional learning as we prepare our students for their future in this global society. We call our students the Austin Innovators because we want to develop outside-the-box thinkers. We want to develop students who think critically, who think entrepreneurially, and who can collaborate well with others. Our focus is entirely on our students and engaging them in meaningful, real-world learning experiences. Here at Austin, we've been able to do this through our seamless integration of project-based and service learning, the Talents Unlimited model for critical and creative thinking, design thinking and digital literacy through our emerging technologies and communication labs, integration of fine arts, and a focus on 21st century skills and entrepreneurship.
Do you have what it takes to be an Envision graduate? We are pioneering students to be all they can be, from 6th grade all the way to 12th grade.
I definitely would recommend Envision to other students who feel the way I feel. They really work with you, and they've gotten tutors, and you have online teachers to talk to.
It starts right here. It starts right now. Envision Virtual Academy. Enroll today.
And we're back. Harold, let's continue this dialogue about some of the campaigns that the health department is doing along the lines of tobacco.
Well, when we talk about the tobacco campaign, as far as with SWAT, we go not only just into schools, but there are other activities that the students are involved in. One of the things is annually they have to produce a tobacco awareness video on behalf of the Alabama Department of Public Health, which works very closely with the coalition and the local community organizations in tobacco prevention. So we've just completed another video with the focus on showing how the sentence that a young person who initiates smoking, the type sentence, everything from COPD to cancer to lifelong addiction to cardiovascular disease. There's a multitude of illnesses that come from tobacco-related products. And so it's really to try to help the young people to understand that don't say you love yourself and then turn around and pick up a cancer stick and want to know why later on you have exactly what it said it was, a cancer stick.
Well, let's talk about the addiction factors of tobacco. We know nicotine being a big contributor of the addiction factors of tobacco use. But, you know, it's no different than other substances that we become addicted to and what it does to brain receptors and getting you to have a need of needing to have this thing that ultimately is destroying your life every day.
You're spot on. It is exactly that. Very addictive, and it's designed to be addictive. Nicotine in itself is addictive, but one of the things the tobacco companies do is when they start infusing that plant with other chemicals, one of the chemicals is designed to boost the impact of the addiction 100%. 100 times. And so knowing that and then targeting young people who are yet developing in so many ways, that's why their target is to get young people started early so they have a customer for life.
What do you say to a person, a parent who says, I've been smoking all my life and I'm fine. So I don't care about my child partaking in smoking cigarettes. What do you say to a parent like that? I'm sure you've come across something like that.
Well, if we can actually dialogue, we'll see how fine you really are physically. There's a reason why people initially pick up or start tobacco use. So there's a reason. But when it's all said and done, I would challenge that person to go to the doctor, check their oxygen level, check the blood pressure. A lot of people don't understand to pick up one cigarette within 8 seconds, your oxygen level is going down. And if you're constantly smoking you take the average person that might smoke a pack a day, in some cases 2 packs a day, and it takes 8 hours to get your oxygen level back up, that person is slowly but surely going to start moving slower, getting out of breath over time, things of that nature. And also, your blood pressure is going up. So for that person to say they're healthy, I would ask them to, let's check the blood pressure and the oxygen level within your body.
Wow.
If a person does recognize that they're not okay, that they may have an addiction, what do you all say to them, and what can be done for that person who wants to stop but doesn't necessarily have the wherewithal to do so?
Well, the first thing is you have several options. One thing that we have in the state of Alabama right now that's really great, I try to refer them to the 1-800-QUIT-NOW.
Okay.
That's 1-800-784-8669. That is a state site where they never have to leave the home to get the support and the help that they need, the counseling, the tobacco therapy, whether that be the patches or the lozenges. All of these things are available for that person upon qualifying, but it takes them to initiate the call, but it takes away some of maybe that embarrassment because you're not sitting face to face with that person, but you're talking to someone that you know is there waiting to show you that they're concerned about you being moving to a more healthier state. So the 1-800-QUIT-NOW. Also, they can even go online to quitnowalabama.com. That's another, you can go on there and check the resources available there. And also call me, give me a call at the Mobile County Health Department, 544-2064, to work on an individualized cessation plan. Everyone does not, a lot of times people think smoking doesn't work because everyone's reason is different.
Harold, you've been providing a lot of great information, and I know that Mobile County Health Department's Prevention and Wellness Program is doing a number of different things in the community to promote health and wellness in the city of Mobile, as well as the county. So, you know, I wish we had more time to talk about some of the other programs that are in your office, but we will, because I'm sure we would love to have you come back on. I'm sure you will graciously accept. I'm going to just go ahead and accept for you because I know you. But I hope that we get a chance to talk more about issues relative to health and wellness. Andrew.
We appreciate what you're doing in the schools. Our kids who are involved in SWAT, they feel good about what you're doing. I've interacted with some of them, and I think it's making an impact. And we are certainly grateful and appreciative for what Mobile County Health Department is doing to try to make a difference.
It's a great show. I really appreciate it once again for you coming on, and hope that you come back really, really soon. And until then, this has been Safe Schools. Curtis Graves, thank you.
Andy Howard, appreciate it.